Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith of the Smiths in the Black Channel here, ticker tacker with the Strat Time Report, and a real good day to, if you're watching people on Twitter or listening to anybody, you know there's a lot of BS in this business. And if you have people coming and saying, I think the SPY and it looks like it's going to look. Inside week. What part of that do you not understand? It's like we're consolidating. All right, we're red. I get, right? But you'll look at people, we don't read charts, we analyze data. And what we know to be true, this thing's doing nothing. If you go to QQQ, look at this. So, if you want to know who knows what they're talking about, they're identifying this and be like, well, I don't know, maybe it could cup and handle and the thing is should need to pull. No, it's an inside week on a Thursday. Outside of something catastrophic, this is going to stay an inside week. All right. So if you've been trading the Qs this week, shame on you. Right. It tells you that people are not looking at longer term charts. They're looking at a vortex. They're looking at the very micro charts, the intraday and the daily, and be like, well, I think it's a thing. It's not a thing. This is called a doji, and this is something you want to avoid trading. Can I be clear about that? I can. Yeah, that's something you want to avoid. So if you're trading the Qs this week, shame on you. But you do have things that, one of the things we want to make sure that we're doing during this type of period is to make sure that you are trading things that are not an inside week. All right? Because you can expect to get chopped up. Things are going to go back and forth. And they're going to look good and they're going to look bad and they're going to go back and forth and back and forth. And we had like this yesterday's sell off in the afternoon here. Here's the two up, the two down 30. Boom. Oh no, it's the end of the world. I'm like, really? Is it? No, I'm just going to come right back in. And that's what it does. So expect things to go back and forth. And they are. So you can go down to individual stocks, and you can go to looking for themes where there's certain sectors and subsectors that are doing well or poorly. So you got Okta Okta here. You can see this upper middle, inside weak to the upside, right? That's true, right? Outside, inside, up. Now it's coming up on here. This is our magnitude, right? It's also potentially an outside month. That's good, right? Just kind of stalling out here on the shorter term, which we can expect. I mean, the moves are going to be muted. Because of this action, you're not getting any futures help. If you go to Billy Baru, Bili, Billy, good. And Billy, you're going to see this here in the monthly. The inside month to the upside, right? Then you have an outside week Momo Hammer, right? What that means is, boy, anybody got caught short in here, boom, they got him good here, especially this morning. If you go to the 15 minute, you're going to see this. Just boom, 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 boom here. And so some people are like, you can't chase. I'm like, define chasing. You trade reversals. So you see this? We took out the previous high, took out the previous low. Boom, you're in right here. Because these two are going to become an outside bar of that, right? And then you can just let it go. 55.98, trading 57.70. That's not too bad. If we go to the crowd, and the crowd, here you're going to see the inside day. There's your consolidation. You can trade crowd yesterday? Nope. Nope. You can trade today? Yeah. Yep. Why? Because it goes 2, 1, inside day, then breaks to the upside. It's potentially an outside month here in the lower middle. It's also a 2-2 reversal on the weekly and taking out these highs and potentially going to take out all this, right? And then if you look at the 15, you're going to see this here. Uh-oh, it's selling off. 2 down. These become an outside bar of all that. You see that? That's how you get in on that. If you go to AMD, well, let's look at SMH first. SMH, here you can see SMH still handily inside weak. That's a problem. But if you go to something like AMD, here, still an inside week, but you have this outside day, right? Now, how far it's going to go from here is another story. You're inside in the 60, but there's been chatter with them and Xilinx, and so we saw the two of them start to run at the same time. How much more are you going to get out of that? Because for the most part, if you're still inside week on a Thursday, I don't want to know you. Don't want to know you. Nope. Hey, Rob, I don't know you, right? I want something taking out last week's high. So if we go to Sono, Sono. And Sonosei, gap up, right? That's taking out all the other highs, right? Now just kind of sitting here, so we'll see if anything comes out of this. Now you're inside on the 60s. Two bars become an inside bar. So if we can take out this later, that would get my attention. If we go to OLED, OLED, and you can see this taking out last month's highs. Still some room to go to new highs. Taking out last week's highs, right? Taking out yesterday's highs. Now you've taken this out, so you got some exhaustion risk. We'll see if anything comes of that to set up on your 30. So here, when inside 30, pokes up, and then comes back in. So this would need to reset. We'll see if that comes in the afternoon. TWLO. And TWLO now coming in on the 30, so we'll see if that sets up again. The problem would be an inside month here in the lower middle, right? But you are taking out last week's highs. That's a 2-2 reversal on the weekly. That's something I want to know about, all right? Sitting up in here, so we'll see. Now it's coming in. We'll see if we can get, if this in the next half an hour closes out and then takes out 297.94, now you got my attention. These futures drying up into nothing like you can expect. Look at this SPY. Inside week, and that can tend to get worse. Look at this range here. Do you see this? This is the definition of doing nothing. All right, and so you got to be very specific on where you're going. How about a Roku? Roku inside on the 30 up in here, right? After going inside 30 and up here, reconfirming a bright green month and the new highs, going towards new highs, right? And you can see this weekly, the outside week, the inside week. Right, so our target's going to go new highs. We're going to take this thing out, 255.66. Yeah, we're going to take that out, right? Unless we have a reversal against us, which we don't have. On the daily, you're going to notice this on Roku. The two up, the two down by taking out the lows, and then bam, right there we go. Roku going to new highs. If we go to Coop, and Coop say outside, inside week up, target to take at least this out, 316.07. Right, done that. Now we can go try and go look at this 1 bar ref strat month. Inside month takes it down and then coming back through. Right here, 320.30. Give me 320.31. Coop. If we go to Nvidia, I believe this is still inside week. Handily so. Right? So you want to be aware of that, right? And so they have their earnings come out, and they're like, oh, they're blowout earnings. How come it's down? Because the market don't care about blowout earnings, all right? So you're going to see this mess in here. Total mess, right? So if you're going to trade this, right, something that's doing that, you'd look for something like this. A reversal on the 30. Here, inside 30, pokes down. There's your rev strat right here, above 529. Boom, you're going to stop these guys out, and hopefully you get some more, which you did. It also did this on the 60. Inside 60 with the rev strat 30. So that when you have that new half an hour, that new hour here, we can expect that to fail and do nothing. You got what you did, you scalped it, good for you. Outside of that, nope, no way. Nope. You got to take those profits. Target, still going. Have I ever pointed this out to you? I think I have. Almost every day. Momo hammer. And what that means is this is a hammer that forms above the previous high, right? And people are like, it's a hanging man. I'm like, yeah, you're hung if you're short. Bam. What that means is anybody got short in here, they just met real buyers. You see this green? You see that green? You see that green? Yeah, you got real buyers in there. And you got anybody shorted it yesterday? Boom, cover and stick it to them. If we go to Blink, in Blink, nice long green bar. Now exhaustion risk because you're going to the new highs, right? But nice bright green. That's what we like. Do we like that? We do. Because things that are green tend to get greener, right? And if they don't, they stop. So here, we'll see if we can get inside 60 to get another signal. You can see how it did this. It closed as an inside 60 yesterday, and then bam, right out the chute. VTRS. And this thing here, you can look at the monthly down in here. The inside month to the upside. That's a 2-1-2 reversal monthly, right? And now coming up here, you can see this inside day. Outside, inside day. We're looking to take this out. 1793, give me 1794. Right, so maybe a little bit more on that. Watching these futures, and they are doing nothing as expected. And if we go to APPN, and APPN, bright green on the month. Now you got exhaustion risk going on the highs, right? But bright green on the week. Look at this day. Get boy. And so one of the things you can look for right on the openings, you see the 60. Sold off, and then boom, right on the opening. That's a 2-2 reversal on the 60. We're looking to take this out and go back to the highs, which we did. We'll see if that sets up again. XPEV. And still an inside week, so that's an issue with me. However, this bright green monther. And you do go 2 down, 2 back up on the day. So we'll see if anything more comes of this. If we go to the downside, we got crude oil coming in here. UCO just a tad. And you can see that taking out yesterday's lows. But that's enough to get some profit taking in OIH slightly here, 2-2 to the downside. Right? And when, in general, we want to look for these things to reset to the upside. And that might not be till next week, because all the monthlies are reversals to the upside, right? We know that. So we've got just a couple coming in here. You've got like EOG taking out yesterday's lows, just not falling apart, but still those monthlies. So what we can use this for is anytime you have sell signals against something that we, longer term we want to buy, right? Then we can. It tells us to be alert for the next buy signal, right? To reconfirm the longer term stuff. If we go to XLU, the Utes having some problems here just a bit. And Utes, you can see this taking out yesterday's lows. 2-2 reversal on the weekly, right? And so a little boring, but it is what it is. XLV. XLV taking out last. That's a 2-2 reversal on the week. That tells us we want to look at the healthcare if we're going to be on the short side here, right? That's going to give you UNH, which is also in the Dow. Here you can see on the weekly, 2 up, boom, 2 down. On the downside, that's going to tell us to look at ANTM. How you doing? Taking out last week's lows, right? And a gap to fill here. So we'll see how that comes along. If we go to Humana still having some issues. Still an inside week, though. So here would be real interesting if we can take this out to get some more puking. That'd be 408.89 is what you want to see. Get Humana taken out if we're going to get some more pain and suffering over there. If we go to Tranny's got UPS here on the daily. This is something we look for, the shooter counters hammer, right? Because what that tells us is our magnitude is already built in. These 2 bars are going to become an outside bar by taking this out. 165.50. Give me 165.49, right? And that also tells us to look at FedEx, which is also the 2-2 reversal day at least, right? Coming back in. If we go to Molina Health, MOH, still an inside week, so we're going to see if that can come down and take it out. Go to ZBH. ZBH here. What we're looking for is anything taking out last week's highs or lows, right? Not inside weeks, right? Because we want participation groups to go underwater. So anybody who bought this thing last week goes underwater right here when that takes it out, right? And the people underwater got to do something, right? We don't, they do. So for the rest of today and tomorrow below 146.60 has my attention. Right now it's just sitting right there. So we'll see how that goes. If you go to Estee Lauder, and Estee Lauder, outside day, it's already done what it's supposed to do. Let me say outside week, but it is red and it's coming back through here, right? So when it gaps down here, the idea is just to take this out. Now the question is, do we get more out of it? So when this closes out on the 60, and if we trade below that, that's something I'm definitely going to want to know about. You got also McKesson here. In McKesson, an outside week, here's what we look for. Like if you want to short something because it's having some problems, you wait for the setup. Here's the setup. 2 down, 2 up by taking that. Boom. These 2 become an outside bar of this. You see? It's not that hard. So, in general, I'm going to leave it at this. Anything that's inside week on a Thursday, I don't want to know you. I don't know you. I will see you next week, definitely, but I don't want to know you. So stay focused on things that are taking out last week's highs or last week's lows. You'll be glad you did. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith and Black channel here at TikTok with Strat Time Report.